श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So yesterday we saw the 11th shloka. He said the 9, 10, 11, according to the gradation of the sadhaka, the manda adhikari, he gave different options of sadhanas. Okay, now he is entering into idani atraiva sadhana vidhana paryavasanad imam sarvakarma phalatyagam stauti. Now here ends the discussion on the sadhana, the means for gaining the brahmagyana. Brahmagyana in the sense of saguna upasana. Okay, so because we made it clear, Brahma Bhava Lakshanam Sattva Shuddhi Jnanotpatti Dwarena. He made it clear at the end of the 10th shloka that only through the karmas can only give you the purity of mind. Only through that you can get the Brahma Jnana. That is done. Okay, now the sadhanas which were prescribed for that, among them Sarvakarma Phalatyagam Stauti. The Sarvakarma Phalatyaga is superior, so he is extolling that, he is praising that. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagah tyagat chantir anantaram. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat from the repeated practice. The jnanam, the knowledge is shreyah, is superior. Okay. Jnanat dhyanam vishishyate, from the knowledge the dhyana, the meditation is superior. Dhyanat karma phalatyagah, and from the meditation giving up the attachment to the karmas is superior. Okay, tyaga chantir anantaram, by giving up the attachment to the karmas immediately, anantaram, immediately you gain the shanti, you gain the absolute. That is the important means. Tyaga is the important means. Tyage neika tatyage neiva amrtatmanasho. The Shruti also very clearly says this. Shreyaha prashasyataram hi. Shreyaha means prashasyataram. It is something which needs to be extolled, praised. He, definitely, eva jnanam. What is, I just gave you the meaning, the word meaning, literally. What is jnanam? It is a Shabda Yuktibhyam Atma Nishchaya. But through the words and through the logic, you get the clarity about the self. About the self. And this is what is Shabda Yuktibhyam, through the words and through the logic. This is what you do through Shravana and Manana. That is exactly what is said here. The result of Shravana and Manana is what is said as Jnana. Okay? Now, Abhyasat, with respect to Abhyasa, Jnanartha Shravana Manana Abhyasat. He has made it clear through the practice of Shravana Manana for the sake of knowledge. Jnanat Shravana Manana Parinishpannadapi Dhyanam Nididhyasanahanyam Vishishyate. Even from that knowledge which is gained through the Shravana and Manana, which is the result of Shravana and Manana, Dhyana is Nididhyasana is superior. Vishishyate, Adishayam Bhavati, it is superior. Sakshatkara Avyavide Etutvat. Why is Nididhyasana superior than Shravana and Manana? Because there is no gap between Sakshatkara and Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana immediately gives rise to Sakshatkara, whereas Shravana followed by Manana, followed by Nididhyasana. Shravana and Manana together, even if it is there, there should be Nididhyasana compulsory. So he says, Tadevam Sarva Sadhana Sreshtam Dhyanam Tato Api Atishayit Tatvena Ajnakrataha Karma Phalatyaga Stulite. Even superior to this kind of sadhanas done by people who have little brains. The karma which is done by people without brains, that is why he says Ajnakrataha, by an ignorant. Karma phalatyaga, giving up the attachment to the karmas that is done by an ignorant is superior. Dhyanat karma phalatyago vishishyate iti anushyajate. We have to understand with respect to the dhyana, karma phalatyaga is superior. That is how you have to connect and syntactically connect it and understand. त्यागात् नियत चित्तेन पुंसा कृतात् सर्व कर्म फलत्यागात् शांति उपशमः सहेतुकस्य संसारस्य अनन्तरम् अव्यवधानेन न तु कालान्तरम् अपेक्षते. त्यागात्, with respect to the tyaga, what kind of tyaga? Niyat chittena pumsa kritat, a person with a very proper clarity, when it is done by that person, sarva karma phalatyagat. The karma phalatyaga which is done by the attachment to the results of the karmas done by this person, it gives rise to shanti. Shanti means upashamaha, clarity. Sahetukasya samsarasya, the settling of upashama, the settling of the annihilation of the removal of the samsara along with its effect, cause and effect, along with its cause. Samsara along with its cause gets negated, annihilated. Anantara means afterwards, not afterwards. Avyavadhanena, without any gap. It does not, okay, you have done now whatever nidhyasana you have to do, you have done. Now wait for some time. Later, you will get the result. No, immediately you do this, you get that result. Over. Atra, what is the proof for that? There are proofs in Shrutis and in this Bhagavad Gita itself. Yada sarve pramuchyante kamayesya hridisthaha atha martyo murto bhavanti atra brahma samashnute. They said, yada sarve pramuchyante kamaha asye asya hridisthaha kamaha sarve pramuchyante. Yada, at a time when all the kamas, all the desires which are there in his heart are completely annihilated, destroyed, removed. Atha martyo amrto bhavanti. At that point of time, this mortal one becomes immortal. Brahma atra brahma samashnate, and he experiences, enjoys Brahman here itself, now. Ityadi shrutishu, in this shruti, not just that. Prajahate yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Hey Partha, whatever kama desires are there in the heart, when he destroys them, he gives up attachment to them. This said in the Ityadi Sthita Prajna Lakshaneshu. In this very Bhagavad Gita, Sthita Prajna Lakshana, when we discuss Sthita Prajna Lakshana, where the second chapter, he said this. Sarva Kama Tyagasya Amurtatva Sadhanatvam Avagatam. Sarva Karma Tyaga is the means for Amurtatva, gaining the liberation. Tyagene eke amartatva manashu. We have already seen that. Okay. Now, karma phalani cha kamastatyage api tyago api kamatyagatva samanyat sarva kamatyaga phalena stuyate. He should not just give up the karmas, the attachment to the karmas results also. But we said only karma. Why are you bringing this karma phalatyaga also? Think, sir. Karma tyaga, by karma tyaga, when you have given up the attachment to the karmas itself, why will you be bothered about the results? So the general word karma is used for karma and its result, both. How can you use general word for both? We use it in the world. Just give an example. Yatha agastyena brahmanena samudraha pita iti. Yatha va jamadagnyena brahmanena nikshatra prithvi krita iti. Brahmanatva samanyad idanindana api brahmanaha aparemeya parakramatvena stuyante tatvat. See, there was this rishi called Agastya, a very short form rishi, a dwarf rishi. Kumbhasambhava is also called as Kumbhasambhava. He is born in a pot. He was probably the first test tube baby. Okay, why not? Why? This is what they say, the culture and all that. That is what it is. Why don't you have See, I am not a supporter of bringing Shastra to science and all that, mixing with Shastra and science. No. But still, why should you not? Why should you always hate when something is explained in Shastra? So Kumbha Sambhava, okay, Agastya. Now, Samudra Pita, he drank, he's a dwarf rishi, okay, and he drank the whole of ocean. How is it possible? This Brahmin, he did it. It is written there. Okay, this is one. And another, Jamadagniena Brahmanena, Jamadagni's son, Jamadagnya, that Brahmin, Nikshatraha Prithvi Kritaha, iti. Nikshatraha, Jamadagnya is a Parashurama. Parashurama, I already told you the story. Parashurama destroyed the whole of a Kshatriya clan, all the kings. It is said. One Brahmin did drank the whole of ocean. The other Brahmin, he destroyed all the Kshatriyas. Therefore, Brahmanatva Samanyat, you are also a Brahmin. Because you are a Brahmin, Idanintanahabi, even people now, they are capable of doing this. Be Brahmana, Aparimeya Parakramatvena, Stuyante. You are capable, we are capable of doing all that. These idiots, they claim themselves to be, or they extol, praise themselves to be of this kind of great accomplished stature. The problem is that is true. Those Brahmins, they were tapaspis. They did tapas, great tapas. Today's Brahmins, they don't even do the Sandhya Vandana properly. What kind of things do you expect from them? And their education system has the education system has destroyed their view about Shastras. It has completely distorted their view about Shastras. If you say Shastra, then they are allergic to it. They may have achieved higher goals as accepted in the world. But so what? What is higher goal actually? When a neighbor does not realize who you are, know who you are, when a simple man on the road does not recognize who you are, and what is higher and lower? There's no, that's all stupidity. Okay. Tadevam. In this way, Mandam Adhikarinam Prati Ati Dushkaratvena Akshara Upasana Nindaya Sukaram Sagunopasanam Vishaya Ashakti Taratamya Anuvadena Anyanapi Sadhanani Vedadhau Bhagavan Vasudevaha. Now, this is what I should have quoted earlier. Instead of saying the 10th shloka, etc., I should have said in the introduction to the 13th shloka. The introduction to this 13th shloka, this introduction he says very clearly. Tad evam, in this way, Mandam Adhikarinam Prati, for the dull seeker, Ati Dushkaratvena Akshara Upasana Nindaya. Ati Dushkaratvena, since it is very difficult for this fellow, dull fellow. What is difficult? Akshara Upasana. Akshara Upasana means Nirguna Brahma Upasana. So Nirguna Upasana is very difficult. Non-attributed self is very, very difficult for this fellow to meditate upon. Therefore, Nindaya, Tad Nindaya, by negating it, by denouncing it, Sukaram Saguna Upasanam, easily that which is easily gained for this fellow, that which can be easily gained, that Saguna Upasana, Vidhaya, after explaining that, after prescribing that, Ashakti Taratamya Anuvadena, by presenting the gradation. Oh, if you are not capable of that, you can do this. If you are not capable of that, you can do this. In this level, in this way, by showing the gradation and prescribing means for those people in those gradations, Anyanapi sadhanani vidho. Bhagavan prescribed other sadhanas also. Who prescribed? Bhagavan. Vasudeva. Why will he do all this? Because Vasudeva does not have any job to do. He is a charioteer and sitting wastely, looking here and there, because he cannot, people will not shoot at him. Okay, that's the rule. The old people, they used to follow these rules. In that period, they used to follow these rules of don't shoot the messenger, don't shoot the charioteer, etc. Okay, so they are not going to shoot the arrows on him. So he is just bored. So to kill the time, no. कथन्नु नाम सर्व प्रतिबंध रहित सन उत्तम अधिकारितया फलभूतायाम अक्षर विधाय विद्यायाम अवतरेदिति अभिप्रायेन, with this idea, with this desire in mind. What kind of desire? Bhagavan has this desire for you. Kathannu nama sarva pratibandha rahitah san. How will this fellow, by getting rid of all the obstacles, Uttama Adhikaritya, by getting rid of all the obstacles, becoming a good best seeker, Phala Bhutayam, and for the result for that best seeker is Akshara Vidya. So that in that Akshara Vidya, this fellow becoming a able seeker, best seeker, will get into. Avatare, it means he will enter, he will get into. How will I make this? What is the possibility? What are the possibilities? How will I make this fellow enter into this Nirguna Brahma Vidya? That is what Bhagavan is worried about. Guru teaches. I am teaching sitting in front of my own face, and I am teaching myself. How many people are interested? I see some 3 people are sitting and listening to it properly. I'm happy. I'm doing only for those few people. The others, they enter, as I repeatedly say, they enter, they see my face. Okay, he's alive. Okay, go. Close. So this whole effort I am putting is only for you few people who are interested in studying. Kathannu nama sarva pratibandha rahitah. How will this fellow, by getting rid of all the obstacles? How? By Shravana, your Pramanagata Sandeha, and by Manana, Pramegata Sandeha. All these obstacles get relieved. And he enters the Nididhyasana. How will this person get into that and understand this truth? With this idea in mind, sadhana vidhanasya phalarthatva. Why? Because sadhana vidhana, any prescription to means is to gain the result of that means. Taduktam. How do you know this? It is said there. Nirvishesham parabrahma sakshat kartum anishvaraha ye mandaste anukampyante savishesha nirupanai vashikate manasyesham soguna brahma shilanat tadeva avirbhavat bhaved sakshat apeta upadhi kalpanam iti. Nirvishesham param brahma sakshat kartum anishvaraha. Anishvaraha means those who are not Ishvara, means who are not capable. Those who are not powerful enough, those who are not capable. Those people capable for what? Nirvishesham param brahma sakshat kartum, to gain the immediate knowledge of the non-attributed self. Those who are incapable of gaining the immediate knowledge of non-attributed self, for them, manda, who are they? Those mandabuddhis, those dullards, dull seekers. Anukampyante, because of the compassion towards them. Anukampa means the compassion. His Guru and Bhagavan are completely shaken. How will I do this? How will I help this fellow? Iti savishesha nirupanai. Because of the compassion, out of the compassion comes this savishesha nirupana, establishing the attributed self. Vashikrite manasyesham saguna brahma shilana. By practicing this saguna brahma, practicing this meditation and this worship, etc., on attributed self, when his mind is brought under control, tadeva avirbhave, that manifests, which that absolute self manifests. Sakshat apeta upadhi kalpanam, by getting rid of all the superimposed embodiments. It manifests as embodimentless. Bhagavata Patanjali Nachoktam. Bhagavan Patanjali also says the same thing. Samadhi Ishwara Pranidhanat iti. Samadhi Siddhi Ishwara Pranidhanat. Samadhi is gained through Ishwara Pranidhanat, through the worship of Ishwara. And Vedanta, after studying little bit of Vedanta, these idiots, they don't even worship Bhagavan. They think they are superior to Bhagavan. They go to temple to give blessings to Bhagavan, not to receive blessings from Bhagavan. Tataha pratyek chetanata adhigamo apyantraya bhavascha iti cha. And again, this is also is a from Yoga Sutra. There he says tataha. After that means after worshipping the Ishvara Pranidhanat. Pratyek chetana adhigama, he gains the knowledge of the immediate knowledge of the self. And antaraya abhavascha, he gets rid of the antarayas, the obstacles. Angame Jayatvam, etc. Vyadhisthana, Angame Jayatva, etc. Means disease, shivering, then all these kind of obstacles. Deep sleep, etc. Tata iti Ishwara Pranidhanad ityartha. Tata after that means after worshipping the Ishwara. Tad evam aksharena akshara upasana nimda saguna upasana sutaye nadu hetaya. See, this is done. This is done to extol the saguna upasana. This denouncing of nirguna upasana is not said to give it up, but to extol the saguna upasana. To praise something, you denounce something else. That is how Shastra teaches you. Udita homa vidau anudita homa nindavat. There are statements in Veda. Udite juhoti, anudite juhoti, both ways. Udite juhoti and anudite juhoti. Which should you follow? If you follow Udite Juhoti, you should have to denounce Anudite Juhoti. So that you stick to this Udite Juhoti. Meaning you have to do the fire oblation after the sunrise. No, before the sunrise. If you stick to before the sunrise, denounce anything which is after sunrise. If you stick to after sunrise, denote anything which is related to before sunrise. That is the idea. It is not to denounce the other, but to stick to the one which you have taken, the choice which you have chosen. Okay? Nahi ninda nindyam ninditum pravartare apitu vidheyam stotamiti nyaya. Because this is the logic which Vedanta follows. That is why when we denounce something while teaching someone or something, some ideas while teaching, we don't have hatred towards them. It is for us to, as a teacher, as a guru, this is my kartavyata. This is my duty to make you understand somehow or other. So you should not be attracted towards these stupid people and stupid things. So we have to negate that. Ninda, nahi ninda, nindyam ninditum. When we denounce, we are not denouncing for the sake of denouncing the denounced, the object of denouncing. Nindyam, the object of denouncing. We are not doing useless. No, we don't have any hatred towards them. Then why? Stotum, stutyam, stotum, to extol the one that needs to be praised. When we say that is bad, we are meaning that this is good, you choose this. Iti nyaya. Tasmat akshara upasaka eva paramarthato yoga vittamaha. Therefore, you ask me who is the best among the yogis. The reality is these people who worship the non-attributed self is the best among the yogis. Not anyone else. Priyo hi jnani. How do you know this? I have already said to you earlier. He is reminding you. Priyo hi jnani no tyartham aham sacha mama priyaha udara sarva evete jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Priyo hi jnaninah atyartham sacha mama priyaha udara sarva eva ete jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Priyo hi jnanino atyartham. I am very dear to the jnanis, and the jnanis are very dear to me. Udara eva ete. These people are all superiors. Whether they worship me for the sake of some desired object or something, artha, etc., whatever they be. They may worship me for different reasons, but Jnani to Atmaiva me matam. But among them, the Jnani, he is superior. He is my own self. That is what is my acceptance. Ityadina. With this, पुनः पुनः प्रशस्ततमतया उक्ताः तेषाम् एव ज्ञानं धर्मजातं च अनुसरणीयम् अधिकारमासाद्य त्वया इति अर्जुनं बुबोधयेषु. So in this way, again and again, he is praising it, he is extolling it. For what reason? Prashastatavataya uktaha. For what reason? Tesham eva jnanam dharmajatam cha. Only their knowledge and their attributes, good attributes which they are following, them anusaraniyam. You have to, tvaya anusaraniyam, you have to follow. Adhikaram asadhya. By gaining that capability, you have to follow those, not before. People, they start behaving like jnanis, even before understanding ABCD of jnana. That should not be there. You have to gain the capabilities and then follow them. Then, iti Arjuna bodhishu, to give, desiring to give this knowledge. Bodhum ichha budsa. Bodhishu means desiring to give that knowledge. Bhagavan, who is doing that? Paramahiteshi Bhagavan. Bhagavan who is Paramahiteshi, who is absolute compassionate. He, idam Bhagavan, abheda darshanah kritakrityan akshara upasakan prastauti. These people who are abheda darshis, who have non-dual knowledge, non-dual vision, kritakrityas, who have done whatever they need to be done, and who are akshara upasakas, those people who meditate upon the non-attributed self, them stauti saptabihi, he is extolling them in 7 shlokas. Adveshta sarabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukka sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drisha nischayah mayyarpita mano buddhihi yo madbhaktas same priyah. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamah nirahankarah sama dukkha sukha kshami santushtah satatam yogi yatatma dridhanischayah mai arpita manobuddhihi yaha madbhaktah same priyah. Adveshta, he does not hate anyone. Dvesha means hate. Adveshta, he does not hate anyone. Adveshta, Adveshta. Sarvabhutanam, anyone. Sarvabhutanam Adveshta, he does not hate anyone. Sarvabhutanam Maitraha Karunaevacha. And with respect to all the beings, he has friendliness, a friendship, a soft corner, Karuna and compassion. Nirmamaha. Nirmama means without the idea of mindness. Nirahankara, without the idea of ego, I-ness. Without I-ness and mindness. Samadukka sukha. He has equanimity, he has poise over happiness and sorrow. Kshami, and he is a one who has a kshama, who forgives, who has forgiveness. Or kshama can also be translated as a, he is one who is a okay, forgiveness. Let us keep it as forgiveness now. Shami. Santushtah. Satatam santushtah. He is always happy. Kshama also can mean forbearance. He forbears. He bears everything very happily. He does not complain about anything. Satatam santushtah. He is happy always. Satatam yogi. He is always established in the samadhi. Satatam yatatma, he is always with control over sense organ and mind. Satatam dridhanischaya, he always has this clarity, this determination about the self. Mai arpita manobuddhihi, satatam mai arpita manobuddhihi. Satatam, you have to connect with everything. Mai arpita manobuddhihi, he is one who has surrendered the mind and intellect in me, to me. Yo mad bhaktah, that kind of my devotee, same priya, he is dearest to me. सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मत्वेन पश्यन् आत्मनो दुःख हेतौ अपि प्रतिकूल बुद्धि अभावात् न द्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां. सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मत्वेन पश्यन्, he sees everything as his own self. By seeing everything as his own self, atmana dukkha hetu api, though some or someone may be cause for trouble for oneself, pratikula buddhi abhavat, he does not have enmity towards him, therefore not dveshta, he does not hate them. The idea is this. Our own body, sometimes when we are doing something like this, when we are cleaning our face, setting our face right, something like that, sometimes your finger, it pokes your eye. Your own finger pokes your eye, not somebody's finger, your own finger. If it is somebody's finger, you'll hit him and you'll beat him, etc. If it is your own finger which pokes your eye, do you hit yourself, beat yourself? No. You understand, okay, this is, I should have not done that, I should have been more careful. You understand your situation, so you don't hate yourself. Similarly, others, you see them as others different from you, therefore you start hating them. So this person, he does not see anyone to be different from himself, though he sees them giving trouble to his own body, sense organ complex, but still he is not finding them as an enemy. He is not seeing them as an enemy, therefore he does not hate them. Not just that, sarvabhutanam kintu maitri snigdhataya tadvan. It's not just he does not hate them, he has a friendliness towards them too, a soft corner. Snigdha means a soft corner towards them. यतः करुणः करुणा दुःखितेषु मैत्री करुणा मुदितोपेक्षानां भावनातश्च प्रसारणं, that we saw in Yoga Sutra. So दुःखितेषु करुणा, for the people who are in sorrow, he has compassion. Daya, he has compassion, he has sympathy towards them. Tadvan sarva bhuta bhaya data paramahamsa parivrajaka ityartha. Sarva bhuta abhaya data, he is one who gives fearlessness to everyone. Now none fear him, because we are talking about a paramahamsa parivrajaka sannyasa, a sannyasi who is paramahamsa parivrajaka. Nirmamaha, nirmamaha means without any minus. Dehe api mama iti abhipraya rahita. Even with this body sense organ complex, he does not have this is mine. The idea of mine in body sense organ complex also it does not have. Nir ahankara, ego. Krita swadhyayai krita ahankara nishkranta. So even vritta swadhyaya, even whatever his character or whatever studies he has done, based on that he does not have any ego. I have studied so much, there is no ego. This ego, petty ego, is only among the people who have not studied properly. Okay, I have studied, now whom will I show this to? To ignorant people. I see only ignorant people. Where's the comparison? They are ignorant. How can I show my knowledge of scriptures to them? They are ignorant, they cannot understand. Useless. Okay, people who are realists, who have studied, who know the shastras also, to them, I have studied more, they know shastra also, so what is the point in showing off to them? So whether you show off to the ignorant or show off to the learned, it is both useless. So this whole idea of I have studied, it's all useless stupidity. So he says dvesha ragayoho apravartakatvena same sukha dukhe yasya saha, because he is not having hatred or attachment towards things. He sees things with equanimity, whether it is sorrow or happiness. अतएव क्षमी आक्रोश आक्रोशन ताडनादीना अपि न विक्रिया आपद्यते. That is why he forbears. He happily bears everyone's attitude towards him, whether they are angry towards him or whether they beat him, verbal abuse or physical abuse does not really matter. Nav kriyam apadyate. He does not undergo any transformation inside or outside. He does not see them to be different from him. They are children. How can you show your attitude towards children? A child, your own son or your grandson or whatever that is, you are holding on to him, you are playing with him, and he kicks you with his leg. If somebody hits you with their leg, then you'll be, how can you do that? Even without knowing if they did it, you will be very angry. But when this fellow is doing, when you are playing with him, he is hitting you with his leg, you will be, see, he hit me with his leg, you know. So how can you show your anger? You fellow, do you know who I am? I am so and so, and you are hitting me with your leg. You don't show your angriness towards this kid. Tasya eva visheshantarani santushta. The same liberated one is extolled with santushta, etc. Other attributes of him are shown. Satatam sharirasti karanasya labhe alabhe ja santushta. Always he is happy, whatever for maintaining his body sense organ complex, whatever he needs, whether that is gained or not gained, he is happy. Happy, how can he be? Alam pratyaya, utpanna alam pratyaya, he has this satisfaction. Enough. I don't need anything. Tatha gunavat labhe viparyecha. Like something which is gained, that is which is beneficial. Similarly, to things which are non-beneficial, whether he is gained something which is beneficial or non-beneficial, he is happy, he is satisfied, he is not disturbed by them. Satatam iti sarvatra sampadhyate. The satatam word, santushta satatam, yogi, satatam should be connected with all the other words. Yogi samahita chittaha. Yogi means who are you talking about? Samahita chitta, one who has a samahita chitta, equanimity of mind, means one who has attained samadhi. Yatatma means sanyata sharirendriyadi sanghata, one who has controlled all the sense organs, body sense organ complex. That is one who we call as yatatma. Not the one who runs behind things, cannot be yatatma. दृढ़ः कुतार्किकैः अभिभवितुम् अशक्यतया स्थिरः. दृढ़ निश्चय. दृढ़ means even if a logician who is arrogant logician, kutarkike means logic, he uses logic only to criticize others. So even if somebody criticizes or denounces your path, you have to be established in that. This fellow is established completely. He is not disturbed by, he does not doubt. He does not doubt, oh, my knowledge, is it right or not? Am I traveling in the right path or not? No. Nishchaya. Nishchaya means aham asmi akartru abhoktru satchidananda advitiyam brahma iti adhyavasayah. He has determination, clarity that I am this absolute existence, knowledge, bliss, this non-doer, non-experiencer, this self. In this way, he has clarity, determination. Yasya sa drada nischyaha sthita prajna ityartha means sthita prajna. Simply put, sthita prajna. He is sthita prajna. He is established in the knowledge. Mai bhagavati vasudeve shuddhe brahmani arpita manobuddhi samarpita antakarana. One who has surrendered the mind and intellect, meaning the antakarana, in me. In me means in me, Bhagavan, the absolute self. Idrisho yo madbhaktaha shuddha akshara brahmavid same priyaha mad atmatvat. In this way, whoever is my disciple, my devotee, One who is the knower of the non-attributed self is dear to me. Punastasyeva Visheshanani. Again, he is talking about the same person. Saptabhi is at 7 shlokas. So we saw only 2 shlokas. The third shloka is this. Yasmat nodvichateye lokah lokat nodvichate chayah harsha marsha bhayod vegah udvegaihi mukto yah sacha me priyah. Yasmat na udvicate lokah लोकाद न उद्विजते च यः हर्ष अमर्ष भय द्वेष उद्वेगैः मुक्तः य स च मे प्रियः. यस्मात् न उद्विजते लोकः, from whom the world is not disturbed. Looking at this person, the world is not disturbed. What kind of person? See, my whole day is waste. Today I saw this fellow. In this way, people are not disturbed by seeing whom, and who is not disturbed by the whole world. Whatever he sees, good and bad, he is not disturbed. So that harsha, amarsha, bhaya, udvegaihi muktah. One who is liberated from harsha, happiness, amarsha. Harsha means happiness. Amarsha means generally it should be sorrow. Amarsha means the attitude of not appreciating others' greatness. So amarsha. And Irsha, etc. We saw similar thing is this. Bhaya, fear, and Udvega. Udvega means completely disturbed. How can I survive like this, etc. In that way. So, yaha sacha me priya. One who is devoid of these attributes, he is dear to me. Yasmat sarvabhuta abhayadainah sanyasinah hetoho na udvijate na santapyate lokah. Seeing whom the sannyasi, this person who has given fearlessness to every being, seeing him, since these people are not disturbed, perturbed, therefore yaha kaschidapi janah, whoever maybe, it is not my disciples, the other disciples, no, whoever, my haters and my lovers, whoever they may be, they are not disturbed, seeing whom. Tatha similarly, lokan लोकान निरपराध उद्वेजन एक व्रताद खलजनाद न उद्विजते या सहा. And from the world means not the general public, the people who are very determined and who have taken the oath of only disturbing others, only giving pain to others. Khalajana, people who are not in the right path, the bad people. So their only penance is let I should trouble others, I should disturb others. Even them, he does not hate. He does not become worked out even seeing them, even seeing their attitude. Advaita darshitvat paramakarnikatvena shama shilatvacha. Since he has the vision of the non-dual self, the immediate knowledge of non-dual self, and he is absolute compassionate, and because his nature itself is a tolerance, therefore he is Kshama is tolerance. That is the proper word. Tolerates. Kincha. Not just that. Harsha. Swasya priyalabhe romancha ashrupatadi hetuhu ananda abhivyanjakas chittavritti vishesha. Harsha. Harsha means happiness. Happiness means this kind of special kind of thought function where something which is good happening to you, you have horripilation, you have tears in your eyes, etc. You jump out of joy, those kind of activities. Amarsha, para utkarsha, asahana rupa chittavritti vishesha. The thought function of the form of the nature of not accepting others' greatness. This is amarsha. Bhaya means vyagradi darshana adhina chittavritti vishesha. Trasaha. The kind of disturbance, the disturbed mind because of seeing a lion, snake, etc. Okay, that is bhaya, fear. उद्वेगः उद्वेगः मीन्स् एकाकी कथं विजने सर्वपरिग्रहशून्ये शून्यः जीवयिष्यामि इति एवं विधो व्याकुलता रूप चित्तवृत्ति विशेषः. So a disturbed mind. Udvega means not a mind with peace. Like he's giving an example. Ekaki, I'm alone. Katham vijane parigraha shunyah. How can I stay in a place without people and without anything? How can I stay? Jeevish, how will I be able to live? Iti evam vidho vyakula. This kind of disturbed mind is called as udvega. Taihi harsha amarsha bhaya udvegaihi muktah yah. One who is liberated from these kind of thought functions. Advaita darshitaya, since he has the knowledge of non-duality, that ayogyattvena, these kind of thought functions are not proper for him to have. Tair eva swayam parityaktah natu tesham tyagaya swayam vyapruta iti. Because these cannot go hand in hand with the non-dual knowledge. Therefore, they just dropped off. He does not put forth effort to get rid of these things. That is the idea. Yena mad bhaktah, tena mad bhaktah iti anukshajyate. Tena mad bhaktah iti anukrishyate. You have to carry forward this mad bhaktah. This my devotee. He is dear to me. Idusho mad bhaktah yaha same priya iti purvat. Whoever is this kind of devotee, he is very dear to me. In this way, you have to syntactically connect. Take the earlier slokas. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.